You're reading a section from Suits and Chancery by Henry Gibson. I'm at chapter 3 where it talks about maxims and principles of equity. So I'm going to come right here. I'm going to start right up here. It says, the wrong that equity will not suffer to be without a remedy must be a civil injury. Must be a civil injury to the complainant's rights or interests, legal or equitable. There are some duties equity does not attempt judicially to enforce, such as charity, gratitude, and kindness, and some wrongs with which equity does not interfere, such as violations of honor, or of truth, or of morals, involving no question of property and no questions of pecuniary liability. But any wrong done to a legal or equitable right will be redressed in equity, unless some other court has exclusive jurisdiction. This maxim was originally intended to mean that in all civil cases with the scope of judicial actions, where a wrong had been done or was threatened to be done, and a full, complete, adequate, and certain remedy could not be had in the common law courts, a remedy would be provided and enforced in the Chancery court, and all jurisdiction assumed necessary for that purpose. And in order to enable the court to adequately exercise this jurisdiction and to make its remedies effective without coming into conflict with the powers of process of the common law courts, the plan was devised of compelling the defendant himself to execute the decree of the Court of Chancery by imprisoning him, if necessary, until he did so. Hence, the maxim, equity acts upon the person, and it might be said that on these two maxims hang all equity. Now, the two maxims they're referring to is, let me show you. This is this one right here. Wait. It says, equity acts upon the person. It goes into what that means. And, where is it at? There's another one. Here's the other one. Yeah, equity will not suffer a wrong without a remedy. Right? So let's talk about these two maxims right here. I'll continue reading a little bit more. In pursuance to these two maxims, the Court of Chancery has devised or adapted the Roman or civil law, the following remedies, none of which existed at common law. So these are the remedies it provided which common law could not provide. So there's going to be some words right here that I'm not familiar with, but I will be, that's why I got my book and pen here. I'm going to get my notes down, but I just wanted to read this out to you guys in case you guys are interested in reading a little bit more about equity and knowing the distinction about what common law is as well. So it says here, these are some of the remedies which the Court of Equity or the Courts of Chancery, which equity gave or brought forward, which common law could not, which is specific performance of contracts. Number 2, injunctions to restrain the violation of rights, to stay unjust proceedings at law. To stay unjust proceeding means to halt unjust proceedings. Stay, to halt unjust proceeding at law, to quiet title, and preventing wrongs. The re-execution of instruments lost or destroyed. The reformation of deeds or contracts erroneously drawn by accident or mistake. The rescission and cancellation of agreements and conveyances obtained under circumstances of surprise, fraud, or mistake. This one's very important. the method of winding up all the affairs of a partnership, the marshaling of securities. 9. The redemption and foreclosure of mortgages. 10. The partition of land between tenants in common. 11. The enforcement of trust and fiduciary obligations. 12. The exoneration, contribution, and subrogation of sureties. 13. The administration of estates. 14. The winding up of the estates of insolvent debtors and insolvent corporations. 15. The enforcement of liens. 16. The protection of the persons and estates of infants. 17. The establishment of a wife's equity. 18. The remedy by interpleader. 19. The perpetuation of testimony. And 20. A discovery and aid of legal proceedings. This is very interesting, right? So, if you're interested in wanting to read more about this, just go online. You can find it, Suits and Chancery by Henry Gibson. It's available for free. I just decided to print it out myself little by little because it's like 1,200 pages. But I want to make a quick video. Hopefully this entices or encourages or in any way leads people to look into this publication here and learn some valuable information. Thanks for watching. Peace.